Well, that's a conspiracy theory I'm sick of.
What?
That I'm Bill Hicks.
That you are Bill Hicks?
You haven't seen this?
No.
Oh my God.
People think you are Bill Hicks.
People walk me in restaurants and say, Bill, Bill, Bill.
No way.
What? It's bizarre.
InfoWars host in a legal battle for custody of his children. His lawyers say the fire breather on the web isn't the real Alex Jones, that he, quote, is playing a character. He's a performance artist.
I go to the media and I tell them, you're Bill Hicks. You faked your death and you're a liar.
Alex Jones's career did not spontaneously begin on his own initiative with an Austin talk radio and local cable access program, as he has alleged. Rather, his career actually began with Sacred Cow Productions, a multimedia company founded by musician/writer Kevin Booth and the comedian, entertainer, and actor Bill Hicks.
Hello, this is Bill and Kevin outside the Branch Davidia compound called Standing on a Compound of Fire Ants.
Bill Hicks' career was stalled in stand-up and he began trying to take new career directions, including conspiracy theories. At the time of Hicks' alleged death he was ranting about the Waco massacre conspiracy. Then 2 years later Alex Jones shows up at the same spot as the new right-wing hero by championing the Waco Branch Davidians by helping them rebuild their church.
First on this date in 1961, Bill Hicks was born, the comedian so searingly insightful that had he had more time, he could have started his own church. His specialty, pointing out hypocrisy and inconsistency. He suggested once that the essential message of religion was, eternal suffering awaits anyone who questions God's infinite love, and noted that maybe one of the reasons Jesus had not returned was that those who believed in him still wore tiny crucifixes around their necks, as if Jesus ever wanted to see another crucifix in a million years. Bill Hicks died at the age of 32 in 1994, but he's still being quoted and probably will be for several millennia to come.
You said super secret. I thought somebody interesting was going to come along. One of the things that I did in my the waning weeks of my show was a segment called Bill Hicks is Still Ahead of the Curve. I'd like to add something to this. Your presence here confirms two things of great importance. Bill Hicks is alive and well.
Jones grew up in a small suburb of Dallas, where even as a young man he would act out and spin tall tales. Bo Durham was a friend from Jones' neighborhood.
There was a lot of strange things going on in that time with him. There was a lot of things that I witnessed that were just people didn't do.
Friends claimed he memorized the Bible, talked about Satan, and at times seemed possessed.
He would talk in tongues a lot. He would get into these trances.
High school football coach Randy Talley said Jones craved attention.
I don't believe in any witchcraft, hocus pocus, or anything like that, but he could turn his tongue black and his mouth black, and he would stick his tongue out and shake his head as if though he were possessed.
He could turn his tongue black I saw him do that on a couple of occasions.
You're the second person who's told me this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get it.
I don't either. He would have to be really spun up and in kind of in that state where he was really upset. He would stick that tongue out and it would literally go black.
And he was violent.
At the Orientation Center, enrollees undergo medical and dental exams. Psychological exams and counseling are also given, as well as vocational inventories. Participants are intensely interviewed regarding their background, where they've previously lived, visited, and where relatives live. With the help of staff, participants create a new identity, complete with a new background, including a family tree that goes back to new grandparents. Based on interviews and test results, enrollees are assigned a special U.S. Marshal known as a witness inspector who oversees a particular region of the U.S. For the rest of their lives or until they're assigned a different contact, the witness inspector is their primary point of contact for the program. During their time at the Orientation Center, participants choose a new last name. It must be ethnically compatible and not tied to the witness in any fashion. Participants are advised to keep their first name, but may choose a new name if they so desire. They're encouraged to choose a last name that starts with the same letter as their former last name. These choices help to limit participants' mistakes in the future. Parents are especially encouraged to keep their child's first name. WITSEC will not allow participants to choose the name of a celebrity for their new name. Upon decision, the staff begins calling participants by their new names. Children undergo training in spelling, rehearsing, and learning to write their new name. Once chosen, names are legally changed via court approval, and the participants are supplied with documents for their new identity. All the identification provided to participants is officially backstopped with a legal paper trail. School records, transcripts, and employment histories are also created under the participants' new identities.
The thing I like about him is that none of this is an act. He's a true believing patriot. He feels passionately about everything he talks about.
He is sincere. He means everything. And I think people were very desperate to get under the skin of that somehow and suggest that it's performance art because the alternative terrifies them.
Well, a law firm in New York City offered me $100,000 if I could get some of his DNA. They wanted to find out whether he was really a supposedly deceased comedian named Bill Hicks. I declined.
Hey, how's it going? It is Caliber Hitter of CaliberHitting.com. And as you can see, every time Alex Jones gets for being Bill Hicks, because he is Bill Hicks, he puts out little images like these. But is his tactic to keep trolling? He's obviously the biggest troll on the internet that we have ever seen in real life, actually. So, he's saying that he was 19 in these pictures. Obviously, if you pay attention, Alex Jones was supposedly born in 1974, so we do the math, 1984, 10 years. So he's saying that this picture was taken in 1993, when obviously this man's shirt, the style of fashion in this picture is from the mid-1990s, maybe 1998, 1999. And obviously, judging by this photo and how he was gaining weight, Alex Jones at the time, it's probably 1997, 1998. So, this guy is saying he's 19, oh my god, it's hilarious. This is like the oldest 19-year-old I've ever seen in my life.
In their satanic beliefs, the Illuminati have to show you what they're doing. They have to let you know the horrific atrocities they're doing to humanity. Alex Jones is an agent of the New World Order. He is indeed a truth teller, but he is simply here as a truth teller for his satanic handlers and what they're doing to you. Completing satanic rituals daily, in front of everyone's faces.
What do I do, Lord? Destroy the child. Corrupt them all. This is their plan, people. These are demons.
People suck. There's too many of them, and they're easier to kill when they're fetuses than when they're grown up.
We just offer our children up to the system with the fluoride, the water, and the GMO hurting them.
So what's wrong with the population? I mean, we're too many people.
On infiltration instead of invasion. On subversion instead of elections.
We have before us the opportunity to forge for ourselves and for future generations a new world order, a world where the rule of law, not the law of the jungle, governs the conduct of nations. When we are successful, and we will be, we have a real chance at this new world order, an order in which a credible United Nations can use its peacekeeping role to fulfill the promise and vision of the UN's founders.
Well, we're down here at the legendary Access Studios, where Bill Hicks was interviewed by Lord Booth. Where I started out was here at this building, Access Television, about 9 years ago.
Right there, right there.
You work for Time Warner Cable?
Right there.
Is that who you work for?
I work for Alex Jones. Who do you work for?
You work for President
I work for InfoWars. INFOWARS.com. It's a website.
InfoWars.com. Okay, that's what I'm asking, so I can tell who you work for.
So get behind our troops out there in the Gulf. Road home for our boys comes back from Baghdad.
Mr. Stamler, this is Billy Johnson calling from New York. We have got your award here, and we'd like to present it to you at the midterm 2004 World Tiddlywinks Championship. So we'd like to see what you can do with those tiddlywinks. I hear you can, flip them like nobody else in the world possibly can, Mr. Sandler. We do appreciate you calling us.
And remember that Alex Jones is a very dangerous character. So need to work with someone of that type of caliber. Very wicked. Hey, thanks for having me, man.
You, my friend.
Haven't been on the show in about 4 or 5 years. Good to be here.
A very long time.
Great intro.
Well, that guy in there that's all, he helps.
Right here at UT a few weeks ago, we went and shot video of it. It was a Council on Foreign Relations meeting at UT. It was called The New World Order was the name of the meeting. And they had Anne-Marie Slaughter, the dean of Princeton. They had former CIA Director James Woolsey, who they say is probably going to be the head guy in Iraq now with the oil cartel dictatorship. And we go to this meeting, and they say, this is World War IV. We can't let the press know, or the people, this is World War IV. We plan to invade all these countries. We've got 62 on the hit list. And we're going to have national ID cards. We may have to put all Muslims in camps here in America. I mean, we're there getting video of this. We've aired it on a local TV show. We're going to put it in a documentary.
Just wanted to get some background information.
Sure.
Personally first, like, where did you grow up?
I grew up in Rockwall, Texas, outside Dallas, Texas, and a very uneventful childhood. I helped walk old ladies across the street. I picked flowers on the weekend. I volunteered for local church programs. You're an East Side loco.
Alex, you're the funniest guy ever born.
Yo.
Dude, it's like Kevin Boots, like badass, man.
Alex, you're killing it. So what do you think about, like, people saying that Bill Hicks was killed?
Most people been saying that? The government got Bill?
Bill Hicks probably was killed by
Who would have done it?
By Wonder Bread and,
I thought it was orange drink that killed him.
You drink a lot of orange drink?
He's never read the chat.
I don't worry about it.
People are saying that the government killed Bill Hicks.
Yeah, I get emails about that all the time.
Yeah, I don't.
Have you found that it's true?
There's this whole intimidation.
Then you're saying how easy it is and how they kill people.
Yeah, but at the same time, they don't have a. Where are they going to get the technicians to do all that? When things get really bad, when more of the system's mechanized.
That's where the whole idea for Ninja Bachelor Party came from that guy. They're all like Dr. Death stories. Dr. Death is in Ninja Bachelor Party, basically.
He was like, don't mess with me.
No. But you're going to tell the story. We want to film the story of Dr. Death.
It's like, I want to watch. I want to like film Alex's reaction to my story.
That's a better shot. Go ahead, Kevin.
Behold Squiggles, top-level Illuminati lieutenant. He now prepares to give Bush transmission orders over the space-time continuum.
Don't struggle. I'm the government. I'm here to help you, Kevin. Don't listen to Alex.
Sure, I like one too. We're walking along on Sunset Strip. Alex Jones is in performance mode, ladies and gentlemen.
If you just be yourself all the time, wouldn't that be better?
Then every now and then you pull out your chest and become Alex Jones on the radio. I am being myself. Exposing the truth. God, he's gonna kick my ass. Look at he's about to go. I had a sprawl.
Any of your average Bill Hicks fans that are also Sacred Cow fans would see you as kind of like a gun nut promoting the use of guns and trying to tell everybody that they need to arm themselves, where that goes against like one of the most basic philosophies that that Bill preached. And so some people could see this incident and say, okay, this crazy guy watched a bunch of Alex Jones videos and he got himself all armed and pumped up and went and did this crazy thing. I mean, what do you have to say to those people?
Well, I'd say Mr. McCaslin was trained by the U.S. military. He was a Marine Special Forces officer, so I would frankly blame the government for this kill, kill, kill mindset. And Bill gets into this whole argument, and it's one put out by Handgun Control Incorporated and others who, get $70 million a year from the big international banks publicly. But because there's a comma between well-regulated militia for the security of a free state, comma, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Because there's some comma, there's some difference there.
Don't mind those things. These are freedom. You'll be safe once I do this. Just let me get rid of Pikey Common Thomas. No, don't struggle. Don't care. There, I'm getting closer now, Kevin. My teeth, my fangs, freedom.
You're not going to drink it?
You want me to drink this, Kevin?
Come on, yeah.
This is going on the internet. This internet's going to be big. What's in this, Kevin?
Acid, Kool-Aid, and a little more.
Cool. So have you been to Larry Lee's place lately? Have you checked up?
No, but I did grow up in Rockwall, and Larry Lee would drive around. He would drive around drunk on his golf cart.
Back and to the left. You watch that video, and you go, what? I mean, anybody who watches it, and then it's almost like, you see a guy like the Oliver Stone film, and you go, like, okay, some of it I'm buying into, but it's almost like he went over the line on purpose, like to discredit himself, like by adding people that didn't exist and using people as tools to like move the story along. Like, why would you, does it make sense why you would do, why, any sane man, why would, I want to know your opinion, why would a sane man who's trying to do something and expose something, why would he open himself up to criticism by creating...
Okay, I'll tell you why. When they have so much evidence, Hollywood won't let them sell it. It's okay to throw it in our face a little bit, but then they have to be able to pick holes in it in the media for certain people. It's called desensitizing. They want to condition us. They just simply say, we're not going to buy that. That's going to fail. We're not going to promote that. I mean, that's how the whole thing's controlled. But they want a little reality out there.
Okay, so they're
like you mentioned, The Running Man.
Right.
I mean, already they're doing crap like that. Not just violent shows, but like cops conditioning us. Again, that key word, acclimating us.
Well, they actually are doing a fugitive show. It's a fake fugitive, though.
Yeah.
The guy who his job.
Huh?
Gallagher?
I never really watch it. What, the guy with the curly hair?
Yeah, it's the fruit.
No, I don't know. Man, to tell you the truth, I work so hard. No, but seriously, the point is, Friends.
He's only 26.
No, but she likes Friends.
He's too young to know who Gallagher is.
No, I know 26. I know I look old. From working, man.
No, but seriously.
An
old soul.
Yeah, I'll show you.
He's my D. Got a camera.
He wants to see my national. Now, this is an expired driver's license.
Well, I saw the whole thing, or you wouldn't show the thumbprint. Yeah, no, I got that, bro.
The race is.
All right, there it is. Stay close to me. This is it. Let's go. Mr. Moore, Mr. Limbaugh, do you have anything to say to Fox News about this? What the hell?
Who are you?
What's that suit on the bed? And what have you done with your gay lover, Rush Limbaugh?
I am Rush Limbaugh. That's a costume.
Wait a minute, you mean all these years Rush Limbaugh has just been Michael Moore in disguise?
Well, it's a little more complex than that.
What are you talking about? Fred Savage?
Wait a minute, you're Rush Limbaugh and Michael Moore?
Yes, I am. They're both characters I created.
But why?
Well, after the Wonder Years, I was hungry to do more acting, but the pickings were slim. So I came up with this scheme to satisfy my need to perform, and I guess it got a little out of hand.
This is unbelievable.
Well, that's not the end of it. I'm also Tony Danza, Cameron Manheim, Malcolm Jamal Warner, Kevin Nealon, John Forsythe, and Metallica drummer Lars Ulrich.
Wow. Fred Savage is the greatest actor in the history of the world.
That's all I ever wanted people to know.
Well, if you let us run this story, I promise you they will.
You got a deal.
Well, it finally happened. I had finally gotten the recognition I deserved.
I don't need you anymore!
Guest hosting the 4th hour of the Alex Jones Show today on Friday. Had a great week down earlier this week when I got to go down to Austin to visit the InfoWars studios, the mothership.
Oh, and just so happens Jack Posobiec, as everybody knows, has a pipeline directly to the White House every day, writing reports for him. He just so happens to be naval intelligence as well.
Not long before he emerged as this figure that we see here, it was a very much different Jim Morrison, very clean-cut, collegiate, almost unrecognizable. Seeing his father off as he was about to leave, I think sailed out of San Diego for the Gulf of Tonkin, and within a year he had completely transformed himself physically and emerged as this rock star, just out of nowhere. I mean, just an amazing physical transformation and an amazing transformation from someone who had expressed no interest in music whatsoever to, just like overnight becoming this huge international star.
He was, the Doors, the whole scene that they emerged from, largely considered to be the leaders of an anti-war movement. Obviously, we know what happened with the Doors as they continued, but what blew me away, Dave, Jim died the same day his father gave a speech on the decommissioning of the ship that he was the rear admiral on during the Gulf of Tonkin.
Yeah, it was very strange.
That's really weird.
Very strange timing, yeah, to say the least.
We were notified by the naval attaché at the embassy in Paris sent me a message and said that Jim had died of a heart attack in a Paris hospital.
It was, losing him was awful. It was just awful. And
it took me a long, long time and to get over it. And it was hard partly because of all the speculation that maybe he wasn't dead. Deep in your heart, you thought, oh, well, he would have done something like that. It's possible. Maybe he did just want to get away and have a new life, and he'll turn up later.
Hicks joined the comedy circuit for good in 1980. By 1983, he was opening for Leno, which led to his first appearance on Letterman's show. But the following year, Hicks took the drugs and drink detour. Night after night, he and Kinison would stay up snorting coke, downing whiskey, and dissecting religion. A spiritual man, Hicks had read the Bible several dozen times, studied Hindu texts, and meditated regularly. The partying didn't help his act. He'd have these terrible shows, says David Jondro, a friend of Hicks since high school. By the end, he'd just be sitting on the edge of the stage, depressed, telling the audience how fed up they were, and how fed up he was. I was an embarrassing drunk, Hicks once admitted. I'd get pulled over by the cops and I'd be so drunk I'd be dancing in their lights, thinking I'd made it to the next club. What's this, a leather bar? By most accounts, Hicks hit bottom in Austin. One night in 1988, when a bartender threw him up against a jukebox and broke his leg. Shortly thereafter, he went cold turkey.
A polite
Here's my Alex Jones impression.
Put your headphones on so you can talk to the listeners.
Bill Hicks. I am not Bill Hicks. I've never been Bill Hicks.
He knows the secret.
Okay. I'm
Kaiser,
Bill Hicks.
stop it.
I'm not. No, not me. I'm not.
I am Bill Hicks. Come on.
So I guess it's always seemed odd to me that everybody wants to celebrate the day that he died instead of the day he was born, but, you know, whatever. I guess so. You know, maybe this will turn out to be an official Bill Hicks Day, and maybe we could do this every year or something like that. Plaque, Alex, my plaque boy.
Better watch it, Kevin.
We're going to dedicate this to the club here. We want them to put it on the wall if they want to. And this arena says, Tribute to Bill Hicks, February 26, 2004, commemorating 10 years since Bill left our world. Presented to the Bill Hicks Foundation for Wildlife, Jerry and Lynn Raridan, and the fine folks at Capital City, a.k.a. Laugh Stop Comedy Club by Kevin Zoo, Sacred Cow Productions, and artist M.A. Hardy. The following Bill Hicks productions were recorded in this club: Sane Man, 1989, Relentless, 1991, Arizona Bay, 1992, and Ranton E. Minor, 1993. So Jerry, Lynn, are you there? Jerry, Lynn?